How's it going, guys? JP here, and welcome to week number 18 here on Body Bags. This week is another theme week for January, and it is the Viewer's Choice Week. Basically, we asked a couple people if they would recommend us some films and take part in a contest. We got a few entries, and each of us are going to pick a recommendation and review it. The one that I decided to go with was actually a film that I owned and kind of been wanting to see for a little while. I guess I don't own it. I own a bootleg of it because the film's long out of print, and it is Clownhouse from the year 1989 with the tagline of A Circus of the Mind. And this film was recommended to me by, I believe, Bill, Mr. Snickers. He made a great contest entry, and I've been wanting to kind of revisit Clownhouse. So I watched it again, and this film has a troubled history. I'm not going to get into it too much here, but that's pretty much the reason that it's hard to obtain, and the DVD release was out of print very quickly. The director of it, Victor Salva, also directed Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, and long story short, he molested the lead character in this film when he was, making this movie. So that's kind of the bad history of the film. The film itself, I actually really enjoy. It follows a group of three brothers. You have Randy, who's the oldest one. He's kind of a bit of a dick. And then you have Jeffrey, who's kind of a bit of a nerd, and he's the middle one. And then you have Casey, who's a bit of a wimp, and he's the youngest one. Casey has a deep fear of clowns. Has a, I don't know what the phobia is for clowns, but he has it. He wets his bed. He, is really wimpy. One day the mother decides she has to go on a business trip or something like that, leaves the three boys alone in the house, quite a big house. They decide to go to the circus because it's in town, or, the fair, whatever the hell it was. I think it's the fair. When they get there, they are sitting in the stands, and there's a clown who comes and gets Casey, and he just flips out and freaks out and has a terrible time with it. Meanwhile, you have three madmen escape from a mental institution and make their way to the circus or fair. There they kill the clowns, and they decide to dress up like them and basically follow these kids home. They kind of catch the kids kind of catch their eye. They follow them home. They see them, goofing off in their house, and they decide to basically terrorize them for the rest of the night. So that's basically the story. The things that I liked about this one, I really like the brother relationships. It feels very real. The older brother is your typical older brother who picks on the younger brother, and you can tell that he really loves him, and he, at the end of the day, he's gonna be the older brother and take care of him. But he messes with him a lot, and it comes off very realistic in my opinion. The middle brother is more of the moderator. He's trying to create peace, and he kind of thinks the older brother's a dick, but you can all tell they really love each other, which is very odd that the relationship works so well, because the acting is pretty awful. I think that's one of the biggest negatives of this film. You have the middle brother, Jeffrey. His acting is so bad. It really is bad. Now you also have these clowns. They're not overly scary, or they're not overly well done. The leader clown is the best, but the other two are kind of just not really that interesting. I wish they could have maybe did some better character development, I guess, on the clowns. Made them more fleshed out and scary. There is some cool shots though of clowns in the background, and just lightning, and then you'll see a clown in the background. I mean it really is some cool creepy stuff there. Overall, I think this film mostly suffers from bad acting, and just I think that's probably the biggest part. The biggest negative is the acting. It's also very simple. It's a simpler time, which I think is captured really well. Like, these kids want to eat popcorn. Like, that's their whole goal of the night, man. Like, I could really go for some popcorn, guys. Come on. And it just reminded me as a kid when, like, little things like that were a big deal. Like, to get some popcorn, and it kind of like took me back a bit, and I really like the era that this film is set in, and it's perfect for the clowns, you know, terrorizing them. They're stuck in the house, and you know, not a whole lot of kills happen in this film. It would have probably helped if there was a bit more kills, but overall, I think Clownhouse is worth watching if you get a hold of it. It's actually a pretty effective killer clown movie. It's one of the best, in my opinion. And yeah, that's about it for my review, guys. I give Clownhouse a 7 out of 10. Check it out, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks to Bill for hooking me up with a recommendation. So, peace out.